Well, hello again, and welcome back to day five. Yes, it is 5 days of IET with Mike C. Live. I forget, look, I got my mic on, and just a few minutes before I went live, I noticed that my battery was dead. So I'm back to my podcast mic here. So I got to stay up on the mic. As I say, you got to eat the mic. So, man, you got to be ready. You got to be ready at all times, man. Um, yeah, again, I just want to thank you for joining us here today on IET with Mike C. Day five of us going live and promoting the site, the vlog, which is going to be launched once again on June 1st. And also, look, if you have not yet, please subscribe, give us a like, make a comment. All right. And we're gonna keep bringing you stuff, man. I have been talking to folks after each day of each vlog and getting critique. I'm accepting critique. If same thing with you. Even if you don't know me, if you got a comment, you want to critique the show, go ahead. Because all I want to do is I want to make the show the best that it can be, which means I have to be the best that I can be. So I know I have to get better. And that's one benefit that I have been receiving from doing this thing live every day is experience. It's making me better, doing it every day. I look forward to when I'll be able to do it once a week. One of my friends says, man, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. It can be, but I enjoy doing this. It's like when I worked at Arco Arena, man. Believe it or not, I actually work sometimes over 100 hours a week, over 100 hours a week, over 120 hours a week. But it wasn't work to me because I really and truly enjoyed what I did. So when you can do that, what's that old saying? When you can find something that you enjoy doing, you'll never work a day in your life. And so that's what this is for me. It's ministry also. I talked a little bit about that yesterday. A couple other things I talked about yesterday, and we're gonna come back. I'm gonna let you listen to my boy Yardley Griffin again. Look, um, I know everybody's streaming now, but you can still actually download music on iTunes. So if you like this song, go to iTunes and support my brother Yardley Griffin Jr. This is a nice song, but the whole album, the entire album, is very nice. Now, let you know, it's a gospel album. Okay, it's a gospel album. You can call it praise and worship. It's gospel, but it's good. As a matter of fact, he's got at least one track on there from native hometown Sacramento boy Derek DOA Allen. And if y'all not familiar with DOA, he's one of the hottest producers in the country. Has been for a long time now, and he just someone just released an out. Is I'm not even going to try to remember. I'll let you know tomorrow who it is. But I know he did Keith Sweat's album. You know, he's did R&B stuff as well as gospel stuff. So I'm gonna promote my hometown boy DOA right here on IET with Mike C. So this is Yarley Griffin. Check it out. That's Griffin Jr., y'all. The name of the song is Know You. The name of the song is Know You, and it's hot. I got some stories I could tell you about that brother, too. He's amazing. Yarley Griffin Jr. Check him out on YouTube. Um, download it. Yesterday, one of the things we talked about was the NCAA allowing its athletes who are playing football and basketball to come back June 1st and practice on campus. I disagree with it. I talked to a few friends yesterday. Actually, all of them disagreed with it too, but they had some good points. One of them was my boy G Money was talking about how, it's not only the NCAA, but even a lot of the coaches are saying we got to get back to this. We got to get these kids back out there. Again, I don't know how you feel about it. please leave a comment. Let us know, um, and I'll share that comment on air. I'll respond to all comments. But what Money's said about the coaches, if I were a parent and I had a kid who was actually say he was a senior this year, and I heard a school that he was looking at going to, and the coach was saying that yeah, we need to bring him back, I would encourage my son or my daughter not to go to that school, because what that indicates to me is that the coach, just like the NCAA, really does not care about the athletes. It's all about that mighty dollar. I saw something on YouTube earlier today, and it was talking about what is his name, LeVar Ball. He has three sons playing basketball. One of them was with the Lakers. Now he's in New Orleans. And what the title of this thing on YouTube was that how the NCAA has killed itself. And basically, what it was talking about is how uh, these kids are out there playing and not getting paid. And all of the millions and millions of dollars, basically, which equate to billions of dollars, that the NCAA as well as these schools are making. It's just it's ridiculous. I'm glad to say that what I still call my home state. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, and I love it. I hope y'all can't hear them planes going overboard. But I do love it here. But I still consider California my home state. And the governor has said that California is going to start paying its athletes. I'm glad to hear that. But back to this thing about the NCAA allowing these kids to come back and play. I also saw a report about a guy who was playing at the University of South Carolina, and he was recruited very heavily. And one of the reasons why he chose to go to South Carolina was because the coaches kept insisting to his parents, "Oh, we're going to take care of him. We got him. We're going to take care of him. We got him." And look, I've been around football most of my life. I've been around high school and college football quite a bit. I've been a part of the recruiting um, frenzy in some form or fashion, in some aspect. And that is one of the things that the coaches tell the parents is, "We got him. We got him. You don't have to worry about him." And that's not true in most cases, because this guy at South Carolina got hurt. And when he got hurt, the university basically, the university, including the coaches, basically ghost his parents. Look, you would assume, I think most people assume that when a kid goes out to college and he gets a scholarship like that, if he gets hurt, then the university is going to take care of it. That's not always the case. If he gets hurt on the field, whether it's in a game or in practice, they will take care of it. Not every time, though. And the reason why they do a lot of times is because they look real bad if they don't. Most people assume that when a kid gets a scholarship, it's for 4 years. That's not true. Most scholarships actually are year to year. And if a kid gets hurt outside of practice, like this young man did, most of the time, not only is he not taken care of as far as the university paying for the surgery or his care, but a lot of times they will lose their scholarship. Yes, you get hurt outside of practice, outside of a game, you lose your scholarship. So what Alonzo Ball did was he took his sons out of college and actually out of high school and sent them over to Lithuania to play over there. A lot of people criticized it, but I believe it's his younger son is right now projected to be the second pick, either second round or the second pick. I thought I heard him say the second pick in the NBA draft, which is where he would have been predicted to go had he went to college. Yes, uh, colleges are like plantations. They chew these kids and eat them up and throw them away. You know, uh, if the kid cannot perform, they're gone. If you can't perform, even look, if you got hurt the previous year, say you got hurt the previous year, and that injury is carrying over, and you're not, you lost a step, say, you're not guaranteed. a scholarship anymore. And I just think that's totally pathetic. Um, you have to know what you're getting into. Your kids have to know what they're getting into. Parents, educate yourself about this stuff. If you've got kids, nephews, nieces who are getting ready to go through that process, let me tell you what would be better than an athletic scholarship. What would be better than an athletic scholarship is an academic scholarship. And here's why. If say you have a kid who is an athlete and he's offered an athletic scholarship, but he also qualifies for an academic scholarship. Make sure your kid takes the academic scholarship. Why? Because his scholarship is not pulled if he gets hurt. Even with an athletic scholarship, if your kid's struggling with grades, he could lose his scholarship. With an academic scholarship, that's not necessarily the case. An academic scholarship is a lot better, a lot more dependable than an athletic scholarship. So if you can have your kids strive for that, have them do that. Strive for the academic scholarship. See, I thought we had a comment. No comments just yet, huh? Oh no, we've got a few. Excuse me. I'm sorry. We got my boy G Money. G Money online with us. We got Miss Edwards on the line with us. We got my boy Will on the line with us. So, all right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for those comments. Thanks, G Money. Said coming in loud and clear. All right. All right. Thanks, Miss Edwards. Same thing. Like I said, I had some problems. I got this wireless mic here, but a few minutes before I went on, I noticed that it was dead, so got to charge it up. What I do with my camera is I actually change the battery, even though it's not dead or even probably not even halfway. I change the battery out before each show, so I'm gonna have to make sure I start charging my mic here every night. Make sure I got a full charge during the next day. So that's the thing about the athletic scholarships. Look, COVID-19 is still strong. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you something. I got a partner of mine who works at a hospital in Lauderdale, Florida. And we were talking about a month and a half ago. And my boy, man, he says, man, you got the mask, Mike? I'm like, no, man, I don't have any masks right now. He said, okay, man, I'm going to send you a mask. Now, you know who you are. If you're watching, you know who you are. He said, I'm going to send you a mask, man. I said, all right, cool, man. I'll be looking for it. Well, it took like a week and a half, but he finally sent the mask. Now, this is not what he sent me, but it's the same quality. These things, y'all, when you buying these masks, man, y'all be careful. These things are cheap. Look, this thing here, the straps is held on by glue, cheap glue. I've put on probably 5 or 6 of these, and not one of them has lasted. Not one of them has lasted more than 5 minutes. So be careful, man. That's my phone ringing. I'm sorry. I thought I had it on mute. Be careful with these masks. Wear them. I went to the grocery store earlier today, and I went to put one of these on. Before I walked into the store, before I walked in the door, daggum thing broke. So, and then I have a neighbor who gave me a whole box of them. Now I see why my neighbor gave me a whole box of them, because you probably go through about a half a box in a day if you're gonna put these things on. That also brings me back to something else. Um, Last night I have a PO box, so I went to my PO box, to get my mail out of the PO box. And on my way home, man, I hit a pothole, messed my tire up. Now I have run flats on my car. That's what my car calls for, run flats. I hit the pothole, and I was going the speed limit. I was going 40 miles an hour, going the speed limit, and I could feel it. I pulled over, and I could see it, and I could hear the air coming out of the tire. I'm mentioning this because this is the tire, sixth tire in between 15 and 18 months here. I love Dallas. I love North Dallas. I love the area I'm in, but I'm gonna tell y'all, man, Dallas has some of the worst roads out of any place I've ever been. Now, I understand people say the roads are bad, like in Michigan, especially in Detroit and stuff like that, places like that. I understand what it is. The reason for that is because you have the extremes in heat and temperature. In the winter, you have the cold. Like the first year I got here in Dallas, we went we went must have been 10 days where it did not get above 17 degrees day or night. Did not get above 17 degrees. It was cold. And then, in the summertime, oh, well, like right now, it's not even summer yet. It's supposed to be 91 degrees today. So when you have those contrasts of cold and heat, the pavement is uh, expanding and contracting. And depending on the grade of equipment used by the county, uh, is going to determine, along with the temperature, um, what's going to happen with the roads, and of course the traffic, the weight of vehicles on on traffic. When you have the heavy trucks, you're going to have a lot more damage to your roads. But this is my sixth tire that I've had to change in somewhere between 15 and 18 months. So I want to encourage you, when you get tires, make sure you get the road hazard. Now, with my tires, I'm not going to tell you how much the tires are. They're not cheap. But the road hazard is $45. This very same tire, actually, when I took it into the shop this morning to replace it, the guy looks at me and says, Mike, this is the same exact tire we replaced 2 weeks ago. Yes, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, hit another pothole. Had to have another tire change. That was 5. This is 6. Dallas, man. Dallas. You better have the road hazard if you're going to be in Dallas. You better have it. Or any road that, any state that when you got extreme cold weather, you better have it. So I have it, but still, 6 tires, man, 6 of them. So get that road hazard if you ain't got it yet. Be protected. Also with my car, see, I have run flats, so we don't have spares. My car, they don't put spares. The manufacturer does not put spares in these cars, any of them, for what the last 10, 11 years. So better get that road hazard if you ain't got it yet. Also, I did want to mention brother Ahmad, who was tragically killed. Um, Man, that's a tough one. They made another arrest. The guy who actually filmed the video was not only arrested, but he was also charged with murder. Now, of course, his attorney says, oh, he didn't do anything. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have the evidence that you have now with the video. But then what wound up happening, the attorney for Ahmad, his family, said, look, this guy actually tried to block Ahmad's path. He said, so if he had not done that, Ahmad might still be alive. Might still be alive. So the guy who did the filming was in on it, apparently, part of it. At least that's what it looks like. So we're going to keep praying for the family, and we're going to pray for justice. Now, look, when it comes to justice, I also was talking to some friends of mine, and we were talking about, I know this can be controversial, and I did not want to get into a bunch of controversy stuff, but, this is something that I strongly believe in. So, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But the Kaepernick thing, Colin Kaepernick, when he stood for justice and was basically, you could basically say he was banned from the NFL. The owners got together and kind of banned it. Now, I don't agree with some things with Cap. I like Cap. I respect him, and I'm look. I highly respect him because he knew before he did that there were going to be ramifications. And then I heard some people say, well, look, Nike gave him all that money. He didn't know he was going to get that money from Nike before he made that stand. He did not know that Nike was going to give him any money before he took a kneel, before he knelt. He did that, in my opinion, strictly on principle. So I very much respect the brother for that. Now, some things that he's done, would make you question whether or not he really wants to play again. The way he's done some things, put it that way. I had no problem with him moving his workout. I had no problem with that because he wanted to control the scenario. But the interview that he gave, it just to me it didn't put him in the best light. And I'm not sure if his agent knew about it. I'm not sure if his publicist knew about it. But it just didn't to me it didn't put him in the best light. And I have to agree with Stephen A. Smith. It makes you wonder if he really does want to play again. So, is he capable? I think so. I think he's better than a lot of starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now. I think he's better than probably at least half of the quarterbacks that are starting in the NFL right now. So, based on his talent, he definitely deserved another shot. But at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. And the longer it goes, the more likely it's not because he's aging, of course. So that's my cap. That's my cap thing. Now, well, here's the other part of that. I remember when that happened, I got an email, and it was a chain email, and guys were saying, "Hey, look, in support of not only Cap, but in support of all of the brothers and sisters that have been unjustly killed by law enforcement. What we're going to do is we're going to protest by not watching the NFL." And I said, "Hey, I'm down with that." But the guy who sent me the text, I texted him back and I said, "Look, I'm down with that, and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to watch. But understand this: if this thing does not get major support, it's not going to work. If a lot of people do not uh, um, watch the NFL, it's not going to work because the way that you get to the owners, of course, is obviously and clearly just like you get to major business, is through their pocket. You got to hurt their pocket. If you don't hurt their pocket, they're not going to pay attention to you. And it didn't happen. There were too many people who still continued to watch the NFL. Look, yeah, if we won't change in this country, I don't care what group you're in, whether you're African Americans, whether you're gay, homosexuals, whether and I'm gonna tell you something else a partner of mine told me the other day. I don't care what group you're in and you want change, you're gonna have to make sacrifices to get it. So if you want the NFL to pay attention to you, you're gonna have to make a sacrifice to not watch the NFL. I think that's a dead horse at this point. That's not gonna happen. Um, but that's why, to me, the owners didn't pay attention because not enough people band together and not watched the NFL. I did it for a whole year, maybe even a little longer than a year. And you know what? If somebody came to me and say, "Hey, man, look, this is what we're going to do," I'd still be willing to support that because we still don't have the justice that we're due. Proved by the Ahmaud killing that there are still people feeling that they have the right to kill a black man with no justification. They still believe. Why do people do that? Because they think they can get away with it. Do you think these guys would have killed that brother if they thought that they were going to go to jail? And remember this: it was 2 months, 2 months before anything was done, and nothing was done until it became a national tragedy. Till people all over the country saw that video and started complaining. Of course, people in the Georgia area were marching too. But until that happened, these guys weren't even arrested. Matter of fact, it was said that the district attorney on the case um, said to the police, "Do not arrest these guys. Do not arrest these guys." So once again, if you want change in this country, you're going to have to be willing to make sacrifice. And I'm not sure how uh, ready for that. At least African Americans are. During the civil rights, people didn't just march. Look, during the bus boycott, people did not ride the bus. They did not ride the bus. People walked. So sometimes that was a 2 or 3 or 4 hour walk each way. That's sacrifice. That's sacrifice. How many people are willing to make that kind of sacrifice for the better good? Not many. Heck, people are protesting, people trying to save lives and asking folks to stay home and enacting guidelines to stay home. And people are out protesting that. So people are not in this country, Americans are spoiled. All Americans are spoiled. I don't care if you white, black, Asian, Latino, I don't care. We're all spoiled. And it's difficult to get people to enact change and make sacrifices so that change can happen. Man, wow, time's almost up again. Um, I was gonna do a top 10. Um, One of the things I did today was I said, what are the most talked about subjects on YouTube? And I was gonna do something around that. Guess what the most talked about subjects were on YouTube today? YouTube. The most talked about subjects were YouTube and making money. So what I did was I put together a top 10 YouTubers, who they are, how much money they make, what do they make per month, and the figures, y'all, are crazy. And what I was going to say about that is, as African Americans, anyhow, I believe Latinos, African Americans, black and brown people, oftentimes are the last ones to get on board with stuff like this, with technology. Look, there are so many people making money on YouTube. I'm not doing it for that. I'm hoping that I can make some money, but that's not the purpose for me. My purpose is ministry. Okay. And my mother really clarified my ministry for me the other day in a conversation I had with her. I've been a minister now for over 10 years, actually, probably over 15 years. And my mother clarified my ministry for me. I'll share that with you tomorrow, too. Something else I'm going to share with you tomorrow. I said yesterday that I was going to tell you, if you are a homeowner, how your home, being a homeowner, can make money for you. I didn't do that yesterday. So I'm going to do that tomorrow too. So I'm going to write this stuff when I get offline here. I'm going to share with you tomorrow how your house can make money for you if you are a homeowner. I'm going to share the top 10 YouTubers, how much they make, what that equates to monthly. I'm going to share all of that with you tomorrow. So come back, tell somebody about us, and you know what to do. You know what to do. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the button and subscribe. Then also hit that button that looks like a bell. Looks like a bell with quotation marks on each side of it. What that is, that's a notification bell. And whenever we get ready to go live, that will let you know, hey, Mike's getting ready to go live. So subscribe, give us a like, and hit that button, notification button. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that you continue to grow in everything that you do, and the rest of 2020 is prosperous for you. Pray, pray. If you're going through some stuff, pray. All right? Prayer does work. So until tomorrow, you know what to do. Make it happen. This your boy, Mike C, right here at IET with Mike C. God bless you and yours. Have a wonderful day. I'm out.